So what happens when you observe your thoughts without judgment? To be clear with this will not help you to get into the state of meditation. If a person is stressful or anxious, how will he or she be able to maintain the awareness on a particular thing that they are engaged in? So you might be confused about living in the present and being mindful. You need to do is not to train your mind to do something that you cannot, but to transcend your mind. Namaste. I am Thalva Yogi. I am one of the disciples of former Guru Sri Madhavacharya, and I am also the director of Institute of Nirvana Yoga. In this video, I'll be sharing some important information about the concept of mindfulness, how this originated, and what are the benefits and limitations of this practice, and how we can overcome these limitations to get into a state of perfect mental health. Take a lot of notes and watch this video till the end. So let's see, what is the topic? What is the concept of mindfulness? So according to what we know in the contemporary period, mindfulness means being fully present in the present moment without judgments. So what is happening in the present moment, just be aware of that without any judgment. So that is what is known as the core of this concept called mindfulness. And again, experience life as it unfolds. So whatever happens in your life, just experience as it is. And thirdly, do not become anxious about the future or do not be grievous about the past. So these are all some of the core concepts about mindfulness. So at the end of this video, I'll be explaining what are the limitations of these concepts. Of course, there are a lot of benefits, but there are some limitations also. I'll be explaining it at the end, and what are the steps that you have to take, and what are the process that you have to undergo to overcome those limitations. So how did this originate? From where did this concept originate? Mindfulness originated like more than 2,500 years ago. It is part of the Buddhist meditation system called Vipassana. And in Vipassana, there is a practice called Anapanasati. Anapanasati is a process of Vipassana meditation. It is the first step actually. Sati means awareness. It is from this term that the concept mindfulness evolved. It means being aware of your breath. Whatever is or the breathing that is happening normally, just observe it as a witness. That is the process involved in Anapanasati meditation. And from this evolved the concept of mindfulness. It is not something that originated recently or in the past few decades. It has a history of more than 2,500 years. Again, we are familiar with yoga, the practices of asanas, pranayama, meditation. All these involve the process of being aware of your body, observing your body like a witness when you do these practices. So that is something which is part of that process, part of the process of meditation or any other spiritual practice. And that particular part was derived from it, and later, especially in the 1970s, in our contemporary period, a scientist, a professor, his name is John Kabat-Zinn. If you search on Google, you can find this name as the father of mindfulness. Actually, he derived this concept from the traditional Buddhist practices and combined it with modern psychology and made into a practice system called mindfulness-based stress reduction technique. And that was taught extensively in the Western countries, especially in the USA, and from there to other European countries. And that helped people to manage stress, reduce pain, and also helped with the curative process of various illnesses. But the core concept was taken from the Buddhist Vipassana meditation, and it is not something new. But taking a part of a system and propagating it in another name, there are two problems actually. Firstly, you will not get the complete result of the practice. Secondly, you do not know what is the origin of this practice. So in this video, we would like to make you aware of the fact that this is not yet complete. Of course, a lot of results that people get due to this practice is due to the fact that the stress causing problems are not getting eliminated from you. But when you observe your thoughts, this is one part of the mindfulness meditation system where you observe your thoughts like a witness without any judgment. So what happens there? You are not suppressing the thoughts and you are not expressing the thoughts. So that struggle of suppressing or expressing the thoughts are relieved. And due to that, you will feel some kind of relief, relaxation, stress reduction. Okay, so the problem still persists because the thoughts are not getting eliminated from you. You are just aware without expressing or without suppressing. That, of course, that reduces a considerable amount of stress. That is the benefit that people are getting in the form of relaxation and much more. And again, due to these benefits, the mindfulness-based meditation techniques are being used extensively in the field of medicine, psychology, healthcare, neuroscience, schools, higher education, business, social justice, prisons, military, government, sports, and much more. Now let's see what are the practices involved in mindfulness-based stress reduction programs or any other mindfulness-based meditation techniques. The first thing is observing the breath. Of course, that is what is being done in Anapanasati meditation system. Actually, this meditation system, Vipassana, which once disappeared from India, was brought back to India by S.N. Goenka. Goenka was a multimillionaire and he spent a huge amount of his income for setting up Vipassana centers all over India and to help people do this 10-day intense meditation without paying any amount of fees. It was purely conducted free of cost, and S.N. Goenka done this charity selflessly with the pure intention of getting people getting benefited from this system of Vipassana meditation, which once existed in India. But now we can see many people who claim to be the founders of Anapanasati meditation. So that is extremely wrong. What really happened in India was that this system was taken back to India by S.N. Goenka, and he did this selflessly for the benefit of the people living in this country. So let's come back to the topic. So the practice involves observing the breath, and it involves observing your thoughts. So what happens when you observe your thoughts without judgment? You are relieved from the stress of suppressing the thoughts, or you are relieved from the stress of expressing the thoughts. But the thoughts are still there. Whether the thoughts are negative or whether the thoughts are positive, it's still there. You are just aware of that, and you are relieved from the stress of suppressing these thoughts. Of course, for people struggling with a great amount of stress and stress-related mental and physical health problems, this will give a temporary result, relief, inner peace and calmness. But the real cause of the problem is still remaining there. And engaging the senses, that is another aspect of mindfulness-based stress reduction. Engaging your senses and finding happiness in whatever you perceive through the senses. To be clear with this will not help you to get into the state of meditation. Meditation and mindfulness in terms of engaging your senses is purely different. The state of meditation is a pure state of emptiness, and for that you need to withdraw from your senses and turn inwards. That is one of the process involved in meditation. Only then you will be able to enter that state of meditation. As Guruji says, what is meditation? During the state of meditation, the meditator disappears. Not physically, the meditator is absent, which means it's a pure state of emptiness where the meditator does not even have this thought that I am meditating. That is what is called the state of meditation, according to Purna Guru Sri Sri Madhavacharya, who is the founder of Nirvana Yoga. And then the practice of mindfulness involves mindful eating, mindful movement, practicing gratitude, love, kindness, meditation. So all these are certain things that you train your mind to become in mindfulness-based stress reduction programs or mindfulness meditation programs. Consider this fact: if a person is stressful or anxious, how will he or she be able to maintain the awareness on a particular thing that they are engaged in, whether it be eating or whether it be movement or whether it be learning or whether it be anything else? It is like struggling to maintain your awareness on that particular thing. You are training your mind to do that. Towards the end of this video, I explain to you what is the process involved to have this state effortlessly. Okay, so let's see what is the reality. So there is a real state, not something that we train, but there is a real state that is propounded by Purna Guru Sri Sri Madhavacharya through the science of Nirvana Yoga. And according to this state, firstly I'll share the concept. What is the concept? The concept is called the art of wholesome living. What is this art of wholesome living? It is to live in the present. So you might be confused about living in the present and being mindful, that is being in the present moment. Both these aspects are different. Being in the present moment means your awareness is on the present moment. Live in the present means it is not just your awareness is in the present moment, but also you have the ability to do the right thing at the right moment. It is not just you are aware of the situation, but you are able to think and act in the most perfect way to overcome any situation, any problem in your life. That is to do the right thing at the right moment and never be anxious about the future or grievous about the past. This is the real concept that is propounded by Purna Guru Sri Sri Madhavacharya. And how will you get into how this concept becomes a reality? And for that, you have to undergo a process. And the first thing that you have to go through is upliftment of your mind. What does it mean? If our mind is centered in a state of lower emotions, the thoughts and emotions that come into our conscious mind will be mostly negative, like anger, fear, intense desire, and all those negative emotions and thoughts starts popping up in your mind. And if that is your mental state, even if you try to become aware of the present moment, these thoughts and emotions will either take you to the past or it will take you to the future. So you have to train hard to stay in the present moment. Again, sometimes you become exhausted in the process. So when the upliftment of mind happens, your mind is uplifted to a state of positive emotions where the concepts that we explained before, that is love, kindness, compassion, all these thoughts and emotions, it comes from within automatically. You need not train yourself to reach that state. It comes from within automatically. That happens when the mind gets uplifted. And not only it gets uplifted, but it also gets detached from the states of lower emotions. So you are not influenced by the negative thoughts and emotions that is there within. And being in that state, you are made to undergo a process of purification where the energies corresponding to these thoughts and emotions will gradually get purified from within. And this is called the purification of samskaras. Samskaras are the impressions of the past experiences. And if that gets purified from within, then you will gradually get into that state of emptiness within. And that is the state of meditation, which is different from mindfulness. And again, what you need to do is not to train your mind to do something that you cannot, but to transcend your mind. What does that mean? We are able to experience all those things happening in our conscious mind. And that is because our consciousness is reflecting upon the mind. This is something very unique that Guruji teaches to this world, and you might be hearing this for the first time. Okay, it's a very unique knowledge, and it's a very unique concept that is part of the Nirvana Yoga system. So when the consciousness start reflecting upon your soul, it gets transcended. It transcends from your mind. It gets reflected upon your soul. What happens is that instead of your thoughts and emotions, your wisdom will be awakened, and that will be guiding your actions. And when that happens, you will be able to achieve a state of holistic life, where you will get into a state of positive lifestyle automatically, and that becomes your habit. That becomes your effortless daily routine. That becomes. It's like you are not adopting something by training your mind. It is something that is positivity is manifesting in your life automatically. So this is the process that you have to undergo to get into the state of wholesome lifestyle or a positive lifestyle. And what is the path? This is the process that you have to undergo. What is the path? There is a unique path. There is a unique way to achieve this state. And if you are really interested to know about this path, I invite you to a free membership to our community, where I'll be explaining the step-by-step process and the path involved for you to get into this state. Also, you will be able to attend all the weekly wisdom webinars and have a one-to-one clarity session with me. So click the link on the description box and get into the free membership of our community, and that will give you a lot of information and value that you can implement in your life. So I hope this video was informative. Please share what you have learned from this video in the comment box, and if you have any questions, please share it in the comment box, and we see you in the next video.